Hey guys, and welcome to another video. Today we're going to be talking about WarZ alpha gameplay. So the gameplay isn't that fantastic. I know it's alpha, but still, the game as it is now hasn't got anything on DayZ. DayZ is super realistic, and that's what people want. You know, a lot of people comment saying, you know, why do we want a super realistic game? We want a shooting game. If you want a shooting game, go fucking play Call of Duty. People who have played them games and want something new, something different in the community of gaming, realistic gameplay is a new thing. And, you know, from DayZ alone, it's getting very popular. You know, zombie apocalypse is extremely popular, and DayZ has made that popular. Now, that's not saying DayZ is awesome, because DayZ has a lot of bugs, but it wouldn't be DayZ we know now if Arma 2 did not exist. The engine Arma 2 use is fantastic. It's based on realism. Unlike War Inc., which is what WarZ is based off, the engine, it's just not realistic. Now, that's not saying they can't keep the MMO feel they have right now and not improve the game in realistic terms. They could add more interactivity to the environment, such as over here we see that there's some pills and stuff on the floor. Why not open them ambulance doors and stick that gear inside? That way we have to interact with the ambulance doors to look inside and actually gather items from there, instead of having it out on the floor here. I mean, why would it be there? It just makes no sense. You know, also there's lots of things. There's a tree there. Wouldn't it be realistic to say I could climb that tree? I'm a pretty good climber in real life. I could climb that tree. You know, jumping over little areas would also be, you know, realistic. And that's the type of thing they could put in the game to, you know, interact a lot more with the environment. For example, here he's eating snacks and water. Why not add a meter to these items? You know, he's not going to drink a 1 litre bottle of water in one drink. It'd probably make himself sick. So why not add like a meter, so you can actually take up to 5 swigs of that 1 litre bottle, and that would last you a very long time. And that's really what you would do in real life. You wouldn't just gulp down an entire 1 litre bottle of water. You would actually, you know, consume that and drink it when you were only thirsty or dehydrated. You know, you wouldn't actually just drink it just because you get the sake of drinking, especially in a scenario where it's trying to represent, you know, a zombie apocalypse. You know, all this stuff really needs to be improved for the game to have anything on DayZ. You know, DayZ isn't perfect, don't get me wrong, but it has such a factor of realism. It's really good. And the fact that they're going to be using the Arma 3 engine for the standalone of DayZ, it just makes this game not even worth looking at. But, you know, hopefully they will improve and, you know, take things into consideration from feedback and whatnot, and actually improve the game in terms of trying to keep it an MMO, but still, you know, adding some realism in there. Now, the one thing that's bad about this game is where he kills zombies, which you will see here. You know, having a high-powered rifle as an example in this, as the developer is playing it, isn't the best idea, because it's not giving the consumer a realistic representation of what they might encounter. It's like, look, I'm a dev, I can have anything I want. I'm going to spawn in myself a high-powered rifle, a silencer, a red dot sight, a torch. You know, you're not going to have this, but yeah, just look at this anyways. It doesn't really make sense. And only at the end he actually uses an unsilenced weapon, and then it cuts out. We don't know what happens. Do more zombies come? I guess not. So the fact that, you know, they've displayed it like this is very poor. But again, the main focus of the gameplay really is the gunfight. In DayZ, it's not like that. DayZ is all about consequences. You know, you pay more attention to your UI than anything else. You know, do you have enough water and stuff? That's like your priority. And if you're not, then you need to go find it. And of course, you need to take your shots, such as gunshots, you know, accurately. If you open fire with an unsilenced pistol in a town like Electro, or any town really, you're going to get all the zombies around there coming after you to eat your brains, because we all know zombies excel in hearing and smell. They have very poor eyesight. Now, some of the stuff in this game is very bad as well, like the graphics. His backpack is massive. I think he's carrying the entire state of Texas in there. And, you know, it's just, it's comical really, how the textures look. Now, again, I think this is alpha gameplay, not quite sure, but if it is, then hopefully they will change that. Now here we see is actually firing his unsilenced weapon, and there's no sound on these. These are on the first clip, but it's some guy just saying what he's doing, so I cut that sound out. On this one, however, there's no sound, but you know, he's firing his gun, yet there's a zombie literally over this fence and across the road. If this was DayZ, them zombies would have been all over this guy. Now, you know, there's a lot of things in this game that I dislike, and it's majority of things. The things that I do like, however, is the UI. The UI of the game is very nice, especially for the items. It's very simple, and that's what you want, a simplistic menu to choose your items, to eat, to drink, to do whatever, and then get back to the gameplay. You know, DayZ's items are very complicated, especially transferring stuff from your backpack to your core inventory, you know, vice versa. A lot of the textures in this game are quite repetitive as well. And the one thing that annoys me is the blue highlight around everything. It's like saying, you're a dipshit, this is what you need to pick up. And I find it really insulting as, you know, a long-term PC game player that, you know, they would actually put something like this in. It just looks very childish, and it's like they don't have any faith in their community that support this game to work out, that's a bottle of water, that's a pistol, we can actually use that. The whole point of a zombie survival game, Apocalypse, is to actually, you know, survive and scavenge. You want to go over and investigate. Could this actually be worth investigating? Is it actually worth it? You know, is it worth potentially dying for? And that's generally what people look for in this type of game. Now, I know a lot of people say, why would you want to play a realistic game? You know, we've all played Call of Duty, we've all played, you know, Black Ops and all that kind of stuff, Battlefield. We don't want that type of game, we want a new breed of game, and the realistic zombie survival apocalypse is a really cool concept, and that's what's really driving me to play DayZ more and more, and of course buy the standalone. And in terms of WarZ, not so much. It feels very childish, it feels very inaccurate in comparison to DayZ. DayZ just feels a lot better. But guys, that's really all I wanted to talk about in this episode. If you've got an opinion on this, I'd love to hear your opinion, so make sure you leave it in the comments below, and I will catch you in the next episode. So guys, thank you very much, make sure you hit that thumbs up button, and I will catch you next time. Peace.